A while back, I made a video in the Steam Grab Bag series focusing on VR titles, and in that video, I covered Vail VR, a multiplayer first-person shooter similar to Call of Duty, but in virtual reality. Between then and now, Vail VR has gotten a huge update that polishes the game up and adds a few new features, and I figured I'd take another look at it. So in today's episode of RatedEm, we are once again looking at Vail VR. Before we start, remember to subscribe. I talk about video games on this channel, so if you like that sort of thing, feel free to subscribe. I also live stream from time to time right here on this channel, so if you want to come hang out, crack some jokes, or discuss stuff, come join us sometime. If you can't make it to those streams live, feel free to subscribe to my second channel, RatedEm Live. I upload all the best moments from my live streams onto there. But without further ado, let's jump into Vail VR again. Actually, one final thing. I want to let you know that one of the sessions I spent playing this game and getting footage for was like right after I spent 40 minutes trying to troubleshoot Arkham VR, so if some of my gameplay looks like I'm freaking out or getting pissed off, it's because I was pissed off over the fact that Warner Brothers hasn't paid some intern like $200 to add Quest Link support to Arkham VR.
Fuck out of here, bitch!
Vail VR, if you don't know, is a virtual reality shooter game that tries to emulate the feel of a game like Call of Duty, but in VR. It initially started out trying to be the flagship title for a non-existent VR esports scene, and when that flopped, the game kind of went into hibernation. However, within like the past 2 months, they not only released the game on Quest with cross-compatibility with PC VR, but they also revamped the game in a number of ways. In terms of gameplay, the game feels very much the same as when I last played it. The guns feel great to use and fiddle around with, and each one feels pretty unique from one another.
I think one thing is that they do all sound the same. Like, it feels so good, like, to just do that. It's so responsive, and it's so snappy. I love it.
The game also still looks great even on low graphics. My issue with how aiming feels still remains, but they did add a virtual stock feature which basically locks the movement of the gun when it gets to a certain range to your face, which does help.
Like, it feels like I'm holding my gun like this all the time, is what it fucking feels. Can you fucking calm down? I'm doing a video, you fucking loser.
I want to say they added it, but it could have been in the game beforehand and I just never noticed, I don't know. What I do know is that it's a great feature. It does help with my problem of aiming the gun feeling like you gotta have it on a steep angle to line up your shots. In terms of new stuff, there's a few new guns, new progression and camouflage on lock systems, and a fresh coat of paint on a few parts of the game. The new progression system is very much like Call of Duty, where you get kills or play the objective to gain XP, and then gain enough XP to rank up. There's no weird challenges or anything to unlock new equipment. Just play the game. This is how you unlock all the guns previously in the game, as well as the new ones. There's 2 new shotguns, a new handgun, and a new SMG. Camos are unlocked by getting headshots. Again, there's no stupid challenges, which I think is a great choice for this game. A competitive shooter in VR is already something new that you literally have to get your head around. I think having a bunch of difficult challenges thrown into the mix to unlock camos would just be way too much. One thing I do want to mention is reloading. There's now a mag pouch on your chest, which I don't feel like was always there. I remember it being on my hip, but now it's where my heart is. It's a little difficult to get used to, and I'm personally not a big fan. Even little, not so notable things throughout the game got an update. First, I feel like the performance of the game is a lot better than when I last played. The game runs at a steady frame rate for me, and maybe it's just because I'm playing on an SSD, but I'm usually one of the first people to load into the match, and I have to wait out the warm-up timer while everyone else joins. Also, the map vote room got a fresh coat of paint, and it's way better. There's these big screens that display the game modes and maps, and it's hilarious seeing people try to advertise to everyone else that we should play this specific game mode, or we should do this specific map.
Yes, yeah, this guy gets it, yeah, free for all. Yeah, free for all. Yeah, get a lot of that, say.
And that's another thing too. I feel like there's a few new game modes since I last played. Like, I don't remember Hardpoint being in the game. It's nice to see more game modes that aren't just about getting kills. One big flaw I have with this game is the spawns. There were a couple of times where I would die only to respawn at like the exact spot I died. It was super annoying, and it was really easy to get spawn trapped in some games. So overall, what do I think of Vail after revisiting it? Are the new additions enough to keep me engaged? I still think that Vail VR is not a game for me. It can get a little nauseating whipping my head around to try and shoot other players, and the high octane energy is just a lot. However, the additions they've added are the biggest step in the right direction that the developers could have made. If I was in the demographic the game was made for, I'd love having camos and new guns to grind for. I think this is a great way to keep players engaged and coming back time and time again. It's just that competitive multiplayer VR is not something that interests me. I can absolutely respect Vail VR for what it is and what it has going for it, but is it for me? Absolutely not. If this is your thing, however, then you should absolutely pick it up. I think that this is the VR shooter. It's literally just classic Call of Duty, but in virtual reality. It is great. And hey, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, feel free to leave a comment as I try to reply to as many as I can. If you want to check out more videos, you can do so here, as well as check out RatedEm Live, which is where I upload the best moments from all of my live streams. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.